This is Lauren, my dad. We're here today to talk to you a little bit about congenital muscular dystrophy. So imagine you have a big, heavy bowling ball, and you put that bowling ball in your backpack, and you put that backpack on your back, and then you have to walk up lots and lots of steps. Think of how hard that would be. Very hard, right? Or say you put lots of books on your head, heavy books, and then you're trying to balance it. Because if you drop those books and your head falls forward, to put that head back on your shoulders is like picking a big bowling ball up and putting it on your shoulders. Really hard. Or say you have to wear a vest over your head, or around your face really, just so that you can breathe at night. It pushes air in and out so that at nighttime you can wake up in the morning and you'll still have energy to play. Well, that's kind of what it's like for kids with congenital muscle disease. Some of them are able to play like you guys, like our boys, but everything's just a little bit more difficult. And some kids are still in wheelchairs, some kids can't breathe on their own, and some kids even can't even eat on their own. We are actually really lucky because what the boys have is called SEP1 related myopathy. So when you see them out, it seems like they're okay, right? They can play with you guys. It's just everything's a little bit harder. Harder to run, harder to get up and down from the ground, and harder to do certain things. But there's a couple things you might not know about them. So with their particular disease, it really affects their diaphragm. So like I said, at nighttime, Owen has to wear a mask and so does Logan, and it allows them to breathe at night. See? That's the mask he wears. We call it a magic machine because it allows him to get the oxygen that he needs at night so that in the morning he can run around and play. The other thing that he does is something called a cough assist machine. So it pushes air into your lungs, because if you think of your lungs as a balloon, your lungs go this big. Their lungs only go half as big. So they need to exercise their lungs. Like we go outside in PE and we run around, they have to exercise their lungs with the machine. So it pushes air in and then takes it out, so that their balloon expands as much as your balloon expands. And they do 20 breaths in the morning and 20 breaths at night. And that keeps them healthy. The last thing that their disease has is that their spines, right in the middle here, is straight. It's rigid. So ours bends and curves, and theirs doesn't. And the important thing about that is that as they age, it's going to want to make their spines make an S shape. Have you ever seen that? They kind of walk like this. That makes it really hard to play, right, if you're like this. So the boys do lots of swimming and lots of therapy so that they can keep their spines mobile, so hopefully they won't curve so much when they get older. But all in all, they work really hard and they do really well, and we're really proud of them. And this organization, Cure CMD, raises money to fund research to hopefully one day find a cure for the boys and all the other children who suffer from congenital muscle disease. Does anybody know what congenital means? Huh? It means from birth. So congenital muscle disease is basically muscle weakness that you're born with. And this foundation was founded by a mom whose daughter had congenital muscular dystrophy, and she felt like there wasn't enough going on. So she just started the foundation, and through private donations and donations from companies and families, they've been able to raise $1.5 million so far in research. So hopefully one day we'll find a cure. We have a little 4-minute video of Owen. It's a 5-year progression from the time he was born till 5 years old. So he's 6.5 now, but you'll be able to see the progression and how hard he had to work so that he's able to do what he's able to do now. So thanks for